had a mentor. If you don't have a mentor, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, right? No high-level community to share alpha in. So amateurs tend to try to do things alone. They go on Twitter, they go on YouTube, they try to use free information, they try not to pay for access to any groups. They are not good enough to get into groups for free because they suck at investing, and they're not willing to pay money to get into groups for free. So they just remain in this perpetual position of just being shit at crypto and never having a network. And because they approach it like an amateur, they also are too lazy to get really good at crypto. So they end up just staying in this really bad zone where no one wants to help them for free because they suck at making money. They don't put enough effort to become good, and their ego's too big to spend money to join a group, right? The professional is in multiple high-level groups, right? Now, the amateur buys when it feels right. The professional only buys when upside is asymmetric. Idiots, amateurs, cut winners and they add to losers. So when a position's losing, they double down on it. When a coin goes up, they take their profit quickly. It's the wrong mentality. You got to do it opposite. And as well as this, people without much money, or even people with people who are more amateur, with a more amateur approach to the market, they always like to look at, what's the highest return they can get on a coin, and they only end up allocating a very small amount of their portfolio to capture that return. So it's like, yeah, I'm hunting for the 100x's, but I'm going to put, $500 into 50 coins, and hopefully one of them goes up. It's like, whoa, even if a coin goes 100x, it only went up 100x with a tiny portion of your portfolio. So you could have just put everything into ETH, doubled your money, and you would have done better, right? So the professional optimizes for total portfolio returns. They don't care about what multiple they can get on one coin. They care about which position sizing and portfolio structure, based on my risk and reward ratio and my ability to spot asymmetric opportunities, is going to offer me the most optimal return for my total portfolio, not just the portion of my portfolio which is within one position, right? That's what it's about. Now, this is the comparison between amateurs and professionals, and I need you to understand that in crypto, you only really make money from two ways. You either become the pro or you follow the pro. So being the amateur is not an outcome that leads to money, right? Implementing what the amateur does is neither. So you either have to be the professional here or work with someone who is this professional who can basically tell you what to do, right? So here is what a standard portfolio return looks like. So in markets, if we were to look at it on a 20-year time frame, people lose and gain the same amount of money, right? They make money and then they lose it. And actually, to be honest, most people lose more money than they gain, because as well, you have to consider that there's fees, there's spreads. Every dollar in is actually not a dollar out, because the platforms that you use accumulate your money through fees and stuff, right? And when you look at this standard portfolio return profile, you can see how there's no stop loss, right? It's just you lose money, you make money, you lose money, you make money, you lose money, you make money, blah, blah, blah. It's just like fluctuating wherever. This is what an amateur's portfolio looks like. They make some money, they lose it. They make some money, they lose it over a 20-year time frame. They get a big bull run, right? This is the crypto bull run of 2020. They make all this money, but then because the bull run ends and we go into a massive bear market, they never take profit. They're an amateur, they lose it all. And they have a big loss now instead of a big win. And the only way that you can break this cycle of returns to the up and downside being mostly the same, except for obviously the downside being a little bit more because of the fees and stuff, the way that you make this return profile in your favor is by doing two things. You have to, firstly, minimize the downside, so cut your positions earlier when they lose. And you have to maximize the upside, so you have to only chase opportunities like this one, which are giving you asymmetric upside, and maybe ignoring these ones that aren't really making you money, right? That's the two things. It's find asymmetric opportunities and minimize your downside exposure. So the difference between an amateur and a professional, essentially, is their ability to manage their bottom line, right? To a large degree, it's just how well can you mitigate against bigger than wanted losses, right? Because you can see, you make some, you lose some, you make some, you lose some. Unless you can lose less, unless you can lose less, right? I think I already drew this. Lose less. Fuck, why can't I draw this? I'm going to try it one more. I'm going to say it one more time. Lose less, or make more, right? Make this go higher. Fuck, I can't even draw. Then you're just going to end up not making money. Okay, and this tweet is a little bit of a summary if I just sort of rambled there. Any money that's made without risk consideration will be given back in time. So you can see, because this guy has no risk management, he's, what's he doing? He's no process, no defined edge, he's just making you losing money, no back testing, no mentor, no nothing. Yeah, he might make money in the bull run, but the ultimate end location for his net worth is down, right? Without a portfolio, process, thesis, and consideration of downside up front, you're essentially borrowing money from the smart and giving it back to them when they need it. And this is what I refer to with, he makes money in the bull run and he loses it. He didn't make money, he just borrowed it from other people and then gave it back to them, right? And this is another really important quote to be able to distinguish between if you're an amateur and a professional. You need to ask yourself, if I was to do what I just did 100 times, where would I be? Would I be making money? Would I be losing money? So let's apply this in real time. So if you don't take the market seriously, what's the outcome of doing that 100 times, not caring about the market for the next 100 times you buy and sell? Is that going to be a huge return outcome, or are you probably going to lose money? Right? Let's do one more. What's the net outcome of using emotions to make decisions? Well, you're going to buy too high and sell too low, and you're going to end up losing tons of money. So the net outcome is over 100 times is losing money, right? This is how you would apply it. Now, I think that's it. So let me just, again, I just want to do a high-level overview here again. If you're going to do crypto, you have to either follow the pro or become the pro. You have no other choices. So if you want to become the pro, you can't do anything that the amateur version of yourself is going to do. You can't do any of this. You have to ignore it. You have to approach this shit like a professional, okay? Now, if you want to instead follow the pro, again, I'm going to mention my mastermind. I give you everything that you need. The strategies, the one-on-one guidance, making a plan with me, ongoing education, ongoing oversights into the market, access to a network of high-level crypto guys, access to my one of my favorite traders who also teaches in the mastermind. You're going to be able to follow the pro very, very closely, and it will mitigate the entire process of trying to become the professional yourself, which most people don't want to do. So that's the end of this video. Remember, be a professional, not an amateur. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.